Okay, I turned around. Now I'm coming towards Garden Valley from the east on the scenic bypass. Heading toward Garden Valley, and then it'll be Crouch. Got a guy flying up my rear end here, so everybody's in a big rush. It's beautiful stuff in the world, and I want to rush through it. You can see the runway there. Nice. Go right around me, dude. This is very beautiful. Have to be willing to put up with the drive. I'm not sure where we're going to end up, but you know, we're talking about like living someplace until we retire, and beyond. When I see a place like this, compared to some of the more rural areas west of Boise up against the Wahi Mountains, I kind of think, you know, maybe this would be prettier. So I don't have any idea what the land costs up here. Okay, coming into Garden Valley again. Slowing down to 35 here. Garden Valley, Idaho. There's the school. The road split here. The road goes up to Anderson Creek and Granite Basin, 10 miles away up a dirt road there.
When was the last time a thorough inspection was performed? Changing the fluids and the rest of your drivetrain besides the engine is important. This is the best money you'll ever spend in your vehicle if you are approaching that 100,000 miles. At the same time, you can have your shop look at the brakes, suspension, and tires. With modern fuel-injected motors, we tend to forget the fuel filters. And with gas prices going up, none of us can afford to not get the maximum fuel economy out of our vehicle. It's like I tell my employees, everything is important. If
jogging from the high school. Up there in the hills, up in those trees. That's off on the right there too. Davies Bridge. Not sure what that is. Horse pastures and paddocks down there. Someday I'll branch off and go to Crouch. So we're about 8 miles from Highway 55 right now. We're east of Highway 55 on the scenic bypass, and we're now leaving the Garden Valley Crouch area. That's the Payette River down here. I have to admit that this is a beautiful area. This drive it's good road, good highway, good reflectors and paint, and heavily traveled. Summer and winter. All along here they have sort of like a raft trailer warnings, people putting rafts in. Should have someone to just be a cameraman here, but that river is just gorgeous. I guess that's my favorite word. Gorgeous. I mean, there's just so much to look at here, you know. So, I could be convinced to live here without a whole lot of arm twisting, just because, you know, we just came from a place on the edge of a college town in Iowa, and you know, as middle-aged adults, it isn't that often that I would go to downtown. I mean, for what I just didn't. You know, when I was home, I wouldn't be. It wasn't important really. So it wouldn't bother me to live up here. It might get old for Bonnie to have to make the daily commute. That's a decision that if she was at all interested in this area, that she would have to make that choice. But I'm just wondering what it's like to saddle up your horse and take off on a Ponderosa Pine trail ride up in the mountains like this, winter and summer. I just wonder. Definitely want a four-wheel drive, like a Subaru or a Ford Explorer. Just thinking that a Subaru would get better mileage. or for time, because this is definitely quite a drive. It's a very beautiful drive. Garden Valley Properties, I see a sign there. GardenValleyProperties.com, I think. Here's the Payette River again. And we're running right along the highway here. Little sections where it's some white water over the rocks. Five miles from Highway 55 now. There's occasionally rocks in the road there. Gotta keep an eye out for them, I guess, around here. Especially a day like today when there's moisture freezing and thawing. You know, the expansion and contraction of the water loosens those things. This is probably the worst time of the year for that, I imagine. There's more of the river down there. It's pretty calm right here. It's a really pretty drive through here. Saw these cars here earlier. Can't really see what anybody's doing here. They're just parked here on the side of the road. Maybe that's a carpool. I don't know. The word I heard was someone that I know, the co-worker, had or has a property up here that's been for sale for a long time. They've had a tough time selling it, and I can totally understand, even if it's a great place. You know, you really have to find the right person, you know, at a certain point in their life where this would be attractive to them, because of course I guess the school's there for kids to have activities, but you know, you wouldn't want to be running teenagers back and forth between up here and Boise every single day. It would just be unbelievably painful. At least that's what I think, anyway. But maybe people do. Trying to imagine how nice it would be in the summertime here when you know, the low humidity that we have already in this area, combine that with you know, the cool evening air. It would just be pretty cool, I think. Pretty nice. I think you'd be a lot more comfortable up here. Cool off. It's like Payette River. A lot of curves on this road. I'm going to depart the prepared surface here. Be bad. Time of day is about 2:20 p.m. It's March 2nd, 2012. We've had a relatively mild winter. Not a whole lot of snow this year. I mean, up the mountains, the higher elevations got quite a bit, but it's been pretty tame this year down here. Lower elevations. I think last year was record snowfall, so comes and goes. One more mile, I'll be at Highway 55, and then I'll terminate this recording. This is a scenic bypass, I believe it's called. It goes along the Payette River between Banks and Loma. It's about a 30-mile stretch, give or take, and it's a beautiful drive. Definitely a perfect day drive out of Boise. If you just take Highway 55 north, hit Banks and make a right on this, and take that east 30 miles, beautiful winding, don't speed, like don't get a ticket like I did a couple years ago. Hit Loman and then make a right and then head south on Highway 21 from Loman, and that is very pretty, very heavily wooded and very windy road, very enjoyable. It's one of those drives you can do over and over. I suppose on a motorcycle would be great too, summertime. Alright, here we are at the intersection of the scenic bypass. There's a sign back there. You can see that or not, but anyway, this is Banks. A lot of raft activity here in the summertime. And Highway 55. If I went right and headed north, I'd be heading towards McCall and Lake Cascade prior to that. And now I'm going to make a right or a left here, head south, and head back towards actually Eagle at the end of this road, and then make a left and you'd head right to Boise. You're 33 miles from Boise downtown, right here. So heading south on Highway 55, coming from Garden Valley. And now I'm also paralleling the Payette River. It's on the right side of the road. These two forks of the Payette come together, so this is the Payette, just Payette at this point, I believe.